This weekend, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth celebrates 70 years on the throne of the United Kingdom and the British Commonwealth. In respect for her, although I'm in a Swedish harbour, I've dressed my ship overall, as you see. And you'd be amazed at the interest it's created. Everybody who's walking past is asking me, not so much what it's about, because I think most people in Europe know what it's about, but they're just curious about the technicalities of what happens, how you do it, why some of the flags are hanging down from the pulpit and the stern, and questions like that. Well, I'm not an expert in this, to be honest. I bought this bunting. I bought it a number of years ago now, when my daughter got married, and she got married on the Jubilee River, and she had a lovely little boat, a pre-war gaff yawl, which she and her husband owned, and after the ceremony, which took place at Buckler's Hard in the hotel there, they boarded their little boat and they sailed away. And what a marvellous way to get married. All in her finery, off she went, sorting out the moorings, and me and my mates all had our yachts dressed overall, and we had a grand party. So that's why I bought the flags, and I bought the best I could get because I thought my daughter deserved the best. I bought them from an outfit in Hampshire which specialises in this, and unlike the old days where the flags were individual items which were used for signalling in the Royal Navy and between ships, so you could toggle them together in any order you liked. That was a nightmare because you had to put them all together and then you hoisted them and then something would let go and you lost the lot, and it was a sorry business. But now, of course, like so many other things, it's improved, and these flags come on a tape. They're all permanently attached to the tape, so you can't go wrong, and you can set the tape up good and hard and you're not going to carry anything away. So it's a brave new world we live in. But anyway, those are my flags. I'm going to go over to the boat now and show you one or two little details about how it all works. One interesting issue is what order did you put the flags up in? About 4 people have asked me that already this morning, and it's a good question because when I first was ordering these, I wasn't aware that the people who were going to deliver them would know what order they should be in. So I talked to them about it, and this was the answer I got, that the Royal Navy has a particular order that they like, but these days I actually talked to some Navy people and they said the bottom line is it doesn't really matter what order you put them up in so long as they don't spell a word. They mustn't spell any word that you can think of in any language that you know or that can be known, because if you do, somebody might get the wrong idea. So just don't do that. Just make sure they don't spell anything out. But if you can get them right, there are lots of good websites that'll show you a good order to put them up in, and that's what I've followed, and in fact that's what the people who manufactured this particular excellent set of bunting did for me, so that's good. Now here's another point. You see we've got one hanging over the bow here, and I've got it weighted down with a set of shackles. Well, a gentleman across the dock came up to me this morning and he said, do you know, he said, your mast's not high enough. It's just not high enough. Your flags are too short, too long. And the same thing happens aft as well. Well, to be honest, I'd rather this was a bit longer because it should come down almost to the waterline and be weighted with some solid weight. In a big ship, you'd put a ballast pig on the bottom there. I've used a handful of galvanised shackles and they work well enough. But when the wind breezes up, that'll fly nicely. It'll fly bravely. And under the stern, I've got 2 which go almost to the waterline, and I've got a fine big shackle on there that really does the job. So that's the answer to that. Good. Let's move on. One last point, and this is critical. Get this wrong and your life will be misery. And I got it wrong the first time I ever did it, and I've never made the mistake again. Always put a downhaul on the top of the hoist of flags, or put it on the shackle that's pulling them up the mast. Because if you don't, if anything happens, if you lose the whole hoist, or if the hoist breaks in the middle or something, you're stuck with a halyard at the top of the mast and no way of getting it down, and also you look like a prize ninny. So there you are. Here are my downhauls, one for aft, one for forward, rigged in a seaman-like manner, and that'll save me any possible embarrassment if everything goes wrong. Well, there you go. Dress your ship. Be happy. Show the world you're proud of something. And it just is such a happy thing to do. Whenever I dress my ship, I've got a big smile all over my face. So I'm going to enjoy this. This is a great day. So God save the Queen. Here's to Her Majesty.